Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? My name is Wayne, and you're still watching Inside Fairlawn. And I'm very happy to say, I am the inside of the library, Maurice M. Public Library, on the second floor, and there's an art show going on here. And it's been some time since we actually had an opportunity to do this, and I think I did find somebody I could chat with. Alice, hi, how are you?
All right. How are you doing, Wayne?
Good to see you. Good to see you. First of all, let me just say it's a pleasure having the ability to have art back here.
Absolutely.
First of all, just introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you be.
I'm Alice Weisser. I work at the front desk at the library for the past 20 years. So if you don't recognize me, or if you only recognize me like this because I'm wearing a mask, that's me.
Actually, if there are people like that, they should just get out of town anyway.
Right.
Because if they don't know you.
And this is my world. This is, it's called Life Narratives because it's about my life and my world. And I was just so thrilled to finally get a chance to show my art and beyond to being at the Cirque desk.
Now I think we talked about it, it's a digital format?
And digital means...
Explain that.
Digital means that I'm actually working on an iPad. All of this is from an iPad with different apps, and I can choose to paint, or I can choose to use pastel, or I can play around and manipulate things from different apps. I have 3 different apps that I can switch back and forth to get it. And then I get it printed, and then I put them in frames. But I can erase it. It's clean. It's the greatest way for me to draw.
Well, that sounds interesting. Actually, it sounds kind of up to date with what's going on in the world.
Right.
And maybe speaking of up to date, Wayne, good segue. Why don't you come on over here? Because I think this might be some of your more recent works, a little up to date stuff.
Right.
Okay, why don't you stand right in the middle over here, and let's pick out a couple. What do you got up here?
I'm sure
or
people.
over here.
Well, this is just a stargazer lily that I recently got from as a gift in a floral arrangement, and I went to town with it, and I had different ways of making it go, manipulating it so it's different.
Now, let me ask you that. Is that sometimes true where you actually have a solid object, and then when you create your digital format, and sometimes you create it a little bit, but is there initially, for example, what was the catalyst to start this one, and what's this one called?
It's called Personal Space, and it's obviously about the space between us during the pandemic and which is still semi in existence.
Yes.
So it's very powerful just in the sense it's like, get away from me. Give me my space. And we all played around with it. This was the first Zoom meeting.
The first Zoom meeting,
At the library, and I found it
library.
absolutely really complicated and crazy.
Is that why everyone's head is going upside down,
All
backwards,
over
and
the
sideways?
place. And it looks like everyone spoke at the same time. But
Yeah,
it
you
was
got to
my-
be careful about the mute button, whether you put it on or not put it on.
I don't think we had it together that first time.
One of the first Zoom meetings. Okay, some more up-to-date stuff. Like, turn around. What do we got over here now? Maybe let's try this one.
This one is called The Tree Among Us, where it's just like I started with the tree and I sort of ended up with fire, and it's very...
That tree does exist someplace, though.
No, it's all from my mind.
Oh, okay.
All of these are almost every single thing is from my mind.
So
and
you
my
have
life.
trees growing in your mind.
In my mind.
Folks, if you want to know
All
why
the
she's
time.
like this, I don't know what the
All
therapy
the time.
is. Okay,
I mean, I did.
couple more here.
I mean, this is a real mountain, but from that mountain, I've drawn many, many mountains. This is my sister's mountain in Catskill.
Oh, nice.
And every time I looked at that mountain, it changed within minutes.
It changed within minutes.
Yes, it just
Lighting-wise, I guess?
The
or
colors, the lighting.
color?
I could just sit there and make hundreds of drawings.
How do you feel with just doing that when you're out there? I mean, I would imagine you had that image in your mind, and then you get back home and you start to create.
Well, I do. Well,
Do you ever take pictures of it with like a little snapshot on your phone?
I
something like
usually
that?
are doing this from my head
You
or
do?
from
Okay.
what I see. I mean, like, for instance, this is just an idea. The cheese stands alone. That's what it's called. And it's about a person that's standing up by themselves and everyone else doesn't totally agree with them. But they stand up to represent their own strength.
So
But they're
ask-
still
ask-
alone.
Asking you what kind of cheese it is not going to go anywhere. But folks, I just want you to know that she has a wonderful display of a couple things. We're not going to look at every single one by themselves because we are going to invite you up here to do that on your own. But there might be something kind of special over here. Why don't you walk in front of me for a moment?
Okay.
Alice, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, some significance about this. Nice and loud. Tell me why.
Okay, this is called Phil's Fight, which I have on Facebook. You could actually go to Phil's Fight, and it was created through my husband's illness, and it's about me being a caregiver. My husband died 4 years ago, but this is what I did daily. I drew something. I have 365 drawings where I would go to the hospital and sit with an iPad and draw him every single day. He was
Wow.
very present and he loved it, and I loved it. And it was painful, but it really helped me. It helped him, and I think eventually I would like to make a book, because I think people need to see.
And just as a little pullback, but I still want you folks to come and visit. This is a little bit during the session or the time that he was going through what he was going through, huh?
Right, right.
And the same thing that you were going through, too.
Right, this is called Us. It's about both of us.
Actually, I think that's a fabulous thing to have, by the way, that you did.
Yeah. Oh, he loved every drawing I did of him. He was my muse all the way.
He was, really.
I drew him before he was sick. I mean, all the time. So-
We got some wonderful things here, too. Now, I want to focus on, let's see, let me just walk around a little bit.
This is during the snowstorm this year.
During the snowstorm.
Walking with difficulty, walking my little dog, who was like under the snow half the time. But this is called Snow Days.
Well, I think, does he have little booties on, by the way? I see that
No,
you do.
no, he doesn't. I did.
But you did.
Yes, I did. He managed.
You know what's fun about this sometimes, which I don't always have, well, I always get a chance to do, but not a lot of people do it. And the reason why I'm going to stop you for a second is that getting an opportunity to chat with the artist and find out some of the behind-the-scenes story, that's what I like to hear.
Right.
So thank you for letting me come up and go over this.
Absolutely, I'm
And we'll
thrilled.
let people know at the end of our little chat how they can get in touch with you and how long the show is running. Why does this look familiar to me?
This was on my card.
This is on the card.
This is on my card, and I actually have a blanket that I made a quilt of this piece on my.
What's
bed.
this one called?
It's called Fantasy Blue.
This is, the basic is a blanket that
No,
digitally?
I made a.
Oh, you made a
this-
blanket.
I took the digital art, sent it to a place, and they actually made
A blanket
that
from
piece
that?
into. Yeah, from that.
Do you still
So
have it?
Yeah, I have a quilt. It's gorgeous. It's really stunning. I mean, I
okay.
made a pillow for my Zoom meeting. There's more of my sister's mountain.
She
that
made
I
a
just-
pillow from her Zoom meeting. Folks, are you taking notes on this? Purple Mountains Majesty. Isn't that part of her song, I think?
Yes, it is. I stole it. Don't
No,
tell
you
anybody.
borrowed it.
This is a funny piece.
One more. Funny
This is
piece.
called
Let me s-
Mom's Funky Plant.
Mom's
And
Funky
I
Plant?
took it from my mother, and I don't even know if it's really alive. It almost looks like it's a fake, but it is alive. But I've never seen it before. It's still alive.
So
it
how did the
really
image first get
inspired
into
me.
your brain to do it that way?
Because I just decided it was so cool. I wanted to draw it and see what happens. I started florals really recently.
Wow.
So I've been having a lot of fun doing all kinds of florals.
This is exciting. This is totally exciting.
Thank you.
How do you feel having this up finally?
I feel pretty fabulous. At this time of my life, this is really great. I mean, it's been a long time coming, and it's a beginning of something to me.
I think that's a very, very good way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned when I first started, that just to have the opportunity of having an art being exhibit here again is great.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know where everything's going to go, and I don't think we ever will, but having people come by here and check it out, and folks, I'm going to invite you, make sure that you do stop by here. We're on the second floor, okay? Should people want to maybe reach out to you or get in touch with you?
Sure,
You're doing that,
they
Alice?
could they could reach me by my email, zeta6@verizon.net. They could also look at my Instagram account, which would be Alice_Weisser, Weisser, and you could see way more than this, because I have hundreds of, mostly digital. Sometimes I do collage, sometimes I've done real pastels and painting, but mostly it's digital.
Thank you for chatting with me for a while.
Thank you.
It's always, like I said before, I love to chat with the artist. I'm not sure if there was an opening reception, but to
No,
me,
there wasn't.
this is what we're going to call the opening reception.
Absolutely.
Let everybody know about it. Thank you. Now, I'm going to basically say, get back to work.
Okay.
And folks, I'm going to keep on just walking around, so look for me. I'll be in your neighborhood real soon. Until we meet again, my name is Wayne Robbins. I'll see you next time inside Fairlawn.